Brahma Urindra Rudramurga Sunanti Dvistavaihi Vedai Shankhapada Karmo Parishadai Gayantiyam Samagaha Dhyanavastitadgadhira Manasa Ashyantiyam Yogino Isyantam Vidusrasaraganaha Devaya Tasai Namaha. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. Welcome to all of you. Yesterday I gave a little introduction to Upanishads in general and Kathopanishad in particular. I said Kathopanishad is a beautiful, simple Upanishad which teaches very subtle, important Vedic principles in a simple manner, as a story, so that you will be absorbed in the story. And the hero of the story is a youngster called Nachiketas. Some of you will be living in an apartment here called Nachiketas also. Okay, and so the basic methodology is if you a young fellow, 7 or 8 years old, can understand the truth, the way Yama teaches him, all of you can easily understand that. That is the idea. Okay, so we saw that. I briefly told you what essentially this Upanishad is about and what is going to teach you. Today we'll go into a little greater detail. We'll start mantra by mantra. My idea is, I am not telling that we'll be able to complete the whole thing in this session. What I plan to do is, I hope it will work out with God's grace. These 4 classes or 5 classes we'll have here, we'll go as far as we can understand. Okay. And then we go back home. I will continue these classes one day in a week online. These days everybody's got a cell phone. You got a smartphone. If you have the link, you can listen to these talks. Okay? So the continuity will be there. You don't have to come back to Madras. And my talk is going to be only in English. Okay? With a little bit of Hindi, which I can manage to talk. Okay? So we'll start the class today with the text. The first mantra, first few mantras tell you the context. Like in Bhagavad Gita was taught by Krishna on the battlefield. And why did the battle take place and what was Arjuna's mental condition and what was Krishna? They're all given in the first introductory chapter. In the battlefield, Duryodhana's, Kauravas army and Pandava's armies were reigned and who were all there and who blew which chunk, which conch. All that, they're all not very important thing, but the context. Unless you know the context, you will not be able to understand what they are going to say. उनको पहले बोलना पड़ेगा क्या कहाँ हुआ, who is the hero, who are the people in the drama, and what is it that they are going to convey. Context, that is what the first few mantras are going to talk about. We will start with today. First mantra is Ushanhavi Vajasravasaha Sarva Vedasam Tado Tasya Nachiketa Nama Putra Vasa. The context is, it's in a village and there is a person by name Vajasravas. Tasya Nachiketa Nama Putra Vasa. The Vajasravas, the person, he had a son called Nachiketas. Ek putra tha, naam Nachiketas tha. Vajasravas is the father, Pita. Okay. So they introduce a main character. Okay. Then next mantra, is Tamha Kumaram Sandam Dakshinasu Niyamanasu Shraddha Vivesha so many. Upanishad does not waste time talking about who is his mother, who is his brother, sister, and all that sort of thing. So Vashashravas is the father, Nachiketas is the son. So Dakshinasu Niyamanasu who is conducting a yaga. In those days, people, when they have done a number of years, like people, let us say the time of retirement or something like that, they do what it is. There are people who are both not only want to live well in the world, make money and have children and all those things, but they also are thoughtful of their future. They want to go to Surga, they want to earn punyam, and for that purpose, what they do is the yaga. Whatever they have earned in life, they give it as dhanam to poor people. So they can get punyam. And therefore they can go to Surga. That is the attitude those days. So he was conducting that yaga and Nachiketas is there. He sees all these things. Shraddha Avivesha. So that Shraddha is a very important word used in the Upanishad. He got Shraddha. Usko Shraddha Aya. What is Shraddha? Shraddha means he got interested. Why is my father doing all these things? He is doing all these things so that these people can benefit it. And there are very poor people. So whatever he has earned wealth he has had. What is the wealth in those days? Only cows and sheep and all those things in the village. And maybe rice, wheat and other things also. So all those things he was giving it to the poor people. He is seeing that. When he saw that, oh my God, my father is giving all these things because he wants to earn punyam and go to heaven. He understands that. Shraddha Avivesha. That is what word means. Shraddha. Father was not doing it for fun. He was doing it because he wanted to earn that wealth of punyam and then go to Surga. So he saw what his father was giving, what kind of things he was giving. What is the wealth in a village? Only if a village they had sheep, cows, probably hen, cock, and all those things, those things which are the one, and also dhanyam, rice, wheat, and things like that. Although he was giving all of them to those people. So he understood the importance of that. That is important. His father wants to gain punyam and go to heaven. Okay. So he saw that, and then next mantra says, these are all important things. I'm talking about these are all not very, they're not going to give you, no. But you're going to understand in what context this is being done. To earn merit, punyam, and go to heaven, that kind of attitude. So he understood the importance of that. So, Pitodaga, Dandadruna, Dukta Doha, Nirindriya, Ananda Nama Sarvokantang Gachati, Tadadate. So my father is giving all these emaciated, weak cows, old ones. They no more give any milk. They are all old cows. So no use to them. So if you want to earn punyam and go to Surga and all that, you must give really useful things to people. You don't want what we do normally, whatever we are throwing away, we give it as dhanam. Does anybody give which can be used by you, can be used by others also? Do you give it at a time? You don't give it generally. So he also, father also like giving common people and all that. So he is giving, father, he saw that what is my father is giving all these old cows, emaciated cows. They cannot give any more milk. They cannot have any more calf. Those useless things they are giving, they only feed them, it's only liability for them. They have to spend money on them and they cannot get any benefit out of them. So, Shraddha Avivesha. So, he thought, my father is not the root, doing the right thing. I must tell him. That is a boy's, a 10-year-old boy. Imagine yourself. Okay? So, next mantra. So, you also understand, appreciate our Upanishad. How many years ago? 10,000 years ago, our ancestors have created these things. They have thought of these things. And today, you must understand what it is and it bring the meaning to our lives. Okay? Sahovacha Vitaram Tata Kasmai Mam Dasyasi Ditiyam Tritiyam Chahovacha Mritveta Dami So asked his father, Dad, you are giving these emaciated cows and useless things and all that for them of no use. It is only liability for them to feed those cows. They don't give any milk and all that. What's the point in giving these things? And then you, all right, you don't have anything else to give. Well, I am an educated person. I am a good boy. I have learned Vedas and all this sort of thing. So I can be useful to them. Why do you give me to them? So I was immediately saying that. No, his father got irritated. Naturally, isn't it? Who will not be irritated? The young fellow comes into the midst of a yaga. He says all these things. Okay. Next mantra. Bahunamami pratamo, bahunamami madhyamah, kimsit yamasya kartavyam, yenmaya adya karishyate. Now I have been a good student. I have been very good boy and all that sort of thing. You know, I have been the first. I have not been the middle. So I have been good, middle, average, good also. Okay, I am not a very high person, but I am not a very poor boy, or poor educated boy also. You know. Kim Sudyamasya Kartavyam Yenmaya Adhik. See, his father gets irritated. I missed that question. One page. Before that, when he repeatedly comes and asks him, whom are you going to give me? Okay. किसको मुझे देते हो क्यों क्यों why don't you give me? Just asking the question repeatedly, who will not get irritated? Now what we do is, in Tamil I will say, if a child comes and repeatedly irritates the parents, they say Nashama po. Nashama po means you die. You go to death. Nashama po. But whichever mother really means that, only in anger, in irritation says that. So when this fellow repeatedly goes to his father and says that, his father says, you go to hell. We say, very commonly we say that, you go to hell. So he said, I will give you to, whom are you going to give me? He asked the question. You're giving everybody this one. These are animals you are giving me. I am here a very educated fellow and also a very good chap. Why don't you give me a dana so that you earn that punyam and go to heaven? So that is what that the boy is. So the boy thinks. So his next mantra says, I am going through this because they're all interesting, because understand how 10,000 years ago our ancients, have thought about these things and how they communicated it to us. Okay. Anupashya yata purve pratipashya tadapare sasyamya madhya pachyate sasyamya ajayate puraha. See, imagine that your boy thinks, see, do you think that I am going to go to Yama means I die? Okay. What is death? Death is not a problem for me. For a 10-year-old boy to say that. Death is not a problem for me. People die like flies, like mosquitoes. Sasyama. Likewise, he is giving the example of corn, rice. In the field, rice grows and then harvest and people eat and they are finished. Next, again it is sown, again the rice grows, wheat grows, and it is cut out, and people eat it and goes away. But goes back to the earth and again come back. So the very deep principle is nobody dies, everybody dies and is born again and again and again. So you take a mango today, you put the seed, it grows into another tree and it gives fruits again. So nobody perishes, everybody is reborn. Sasyamaha pachade, sasyamaha ajayate brahma. Where is the question of death? Okay, so there's a deep meaning of that. No? Sasyamaha pachade, sasyamaha ajayate punaha. Born again and again, like crop. Every year, new crop, old crop goes, new crop goes. Likewise, human beings also, one generation, another generation, another generation. See, my father lived 80 years. Okay, my grandfather lived another 60 years before that. They all were born and all dead. I am also going to die one day, and my son will be born, and he will also die one day. So that young boy talks of deep philosophy like this, the way in Kathopanishad puts it. Okay, right. Vaishwanaraha Pravishati Atiti Brahmane Gare Grihan Tasmai Shanti Purvanti. Still I am going up to the point yesterday I told you, in what Upanishad itself says. Vaishwanaraha Pravishati Ati Brahmane Grihan Tasaitam Shanti Purvanti Hara Viveswadhanam. So this boy is what happens. See, Upanishad wants you to imagine everything. It does not say Nachiketas got into a bus, went to the railway station, booked the ticket, went to the airport, got the air ticket, got into the airplane, and then flew to another bus place. It doesn't say how he reached. It only says now reached. How he reached is left to your imagination. Okay? Whether in those days people could probably travel. We are talking of interplanetary travels now. People are thinking of going to moon, going to Mars, and people already reached also and come back. So he has also got Yamadharma support. It must also be somewhere. So he has gone there. He reached the place. Vaishwanaraha Pravishati Ati. He having gone there to Yamadharma's abode, Yamaloka, and found out where Yamadharma lives. So he goes to his abode. Vaishwanaraha Pravishati Ati Brahmane Grahane Tasitam Shanti Kurvanti Haraveva Sodaram. So Upanishad says when he goes there, in the Yamadharma's palace, there are servants. So Yamadharma is on tour. As I told you yesterday, he is on tour. He's got a very busy schedule. How many million people he has to take every time? How much time it takes and all that. So he has gone out and he will take time to come back. Okay. So this boy has to stay there. So if the unit says this boy went there, so Yamadharma's servant saw this boy. This youngster has come from India, from Bhuloka, and they don't neglect him. And particularly he is a Brahmin boy, so there is always Vedas always give some importance to the Brahmin. So they looked after him and Atiti Upachara is a very important concept in our society. See, Matru Devo Bhava, Pituru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atiti Devo Bhava. Anybody comes to your place, you must give him food. You must look after him. That is a very basic concept in our culture. It is going away now. Now even parents have become Atitis. So there is a kind of situation we are reaching it. But this is our culture, civilization 1,000 years ago, thousands of years ago. Okay. So when this young boy comes there, they did not say, "Hey, idiot, what have you come here for? Don't get lost." Never said that. They gave him. But then he had no place. They didn't have a guest house and so on and so forth. He slept on the floor in front of the house on the gate near the steps. He was lying down and sleeping. They gave him water and all that sort of thing. It's all, and that's all. No food, anything, no other upachara. Because guest has come, Ramadhan has come and give orders how he is to be looked after. Should be given a VIP room, should be given a VIP room, or an air conditioned room, or an ordinary room, and what should be given, let Yamadharma Maharaja decide. So he is lying there for Yamadharma Maharaja to come back. So having gone to Bhuloka, he was also faced traffic problem as we are facing in Chennai here. Coming back. So he got delayed 3 days it took for him to finish his job and come back. So there is next one. Shastra says, Asha Pratikshe Sakalam Shrudam Cha Itta Purtam Purusha Putra Pashumsha Sarvana Yet Brunte Purusha Alpamesya Yasyan Anashnan Adadi Brahmani Grihe. So this shloka says that if a person does not look after a guest when he comes, Aditi, and give him food, give him water, and looks after him respectfully, he will go to hell. So that's our culture. So you also learn these things, So that's also our culture. See, when we talk about this culture, we want to go back a little more. In South India particularly, you will find in North India also, there are all chowdhuries are there. You also got for Tirtha Yatra to Punya Bhumi and all this sort of thing. A lot of pilgrims go there. In those days, you travel only by foot. From here, you want to go to Kashi, Varanasi. There was Grand Trunk Express was not there. Indian Airlines was not there. You have to travel, walk only. It takes months or years. In those days, when a person go to Kashi, they never expected they would come back alive. Because forests in between, burglars, dacoits, all kinds of problems around them. So, these chowdhuries. So in the chowdhuries, they feed people. They can stay there. Even now, if you go to Tirupati, there are chowdhuries are there. That is a common thing. So this Atiti Rukka, I am really stressing on this is because these are the values in our culture. We should not lose them. That is why he said, Mathur Devo Bhava, Pitur Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atiti Devo Bhava. Very important. Okay? So they looked after. So Asha Pratiksha, Sangadam Sultam, Ishtapurtam, Putra Pashunsh Sarvanne, Yedadunte, Purushaha Asya Alpamensa, Yasman, Yasan Ashnan Vasadi, Brahmane Grihi. If a person isn't looked after the guests, Aditi, he will suffer a lot of difficulties. List out what kind of future your problems if he doesn't take care of guests, Adithis. It talks about that. So I'm highlighting this because this is the greatness of our culture. We should not lose them. These are values. Okay? So, like that. Next mantra is, I'll finish it up quickly. Tisro Ratri, Yada was seated, may Anashan Brahmanaha, Atir Namasya, Atiti. Namaste estu Brahman, Swasti me estu, Tasmat Pati, Green Varan Vinishwar. So, Yama has come back. So, his employees have looked after the guest. Okay, so how much he was looked after? Yama asks, hey, guest has come to my place, I have been away. Did you look after him? What did you do? He's asked him. He's asked a question. Three days he has been there without any food and water and all that sort of thing. And have you looked after him? Okay. So he tells the boy, so he asks the boy, Namaste estu Brahman. Brahmana because a Brahmin boy. Yeah, Brahmana, Namaste estu, Swasti me estu. Unaga Namaskaram. And let me also be, let me prosper, you bless me. Swasti me estu, Tasmat Prati. Because you have been lying here without food and water for 3 nights, I give you 3 boons. You know what is boons? Varam. 3 varams I will give you. You ask whatever things you want, 3 things you want, I will give you. What will our boy in these days will say? Get me Cadbury chocolates. Or get me Badam Alva. This boy was very smart. What did he ask? We'll see next. No, I told you yesterday he asked 3 boons and he asked for 3 boons. Today we will talk about the 3 boons. I will briefly tell you before I go into the details, as I did yesterday. Make it briefer because time is very precious for us. We are already 9:52. So, okay. 3 boons, what he asked? He asked, one is, when I came from Buloka, my father shouted at me because, and then he asked me, I will give you the Yama. So he irritated him. Now I want to go back to earth and live with him. I am a good boy. Maybe I did not speak properly, but he shouted at me, I give you Yama, so I have come here. Now, when I want to go back to earth to my father, please send me back. You send me back, don't send me to hell and all that kind of thing, but send me back. But when I go back, you must accept me. You must not be angry with me. Hey, why did you talk like that to me? Why did you? So you should not say that. You must accept me. And receive me and accept me. Very, very intelligent question, answer. So, then this is the first boon. Okay. So, Yama said, granted. Okay. What did Yama say? Shant Sakraha Suvanasa Yadasyadi Vida Mandihu Gautama is father's name. His name is Nachiketan, his father's name is Gautama. Mrityu. Tat Prasishtam Mahabhivadet Pradita. He must accept me cheerfully. He should not shout at me. I asked you to go to hell, why did you come back? He must accept me. He should not be angry with me anymore. Edat Trayana Pratham Varam. This is the first boon I want from you. See the intelligence of the boy. The boy first ensured that he goes back. He has got a return ticket and he'll go back safely and his father will accept it. He made sure that. That's the first question. Three questions, three boons is asked. First boon is asked. So we'll go to further. Next. I briefly tell you what there are two other boons. Having looked after his own self and his own parents, this intelligent boy, next question is, he thought things of his society and their life in the world. So he asked him, I know you, Ramadhan you are a very intelligent person and you know the yaga, how to do that yaga by which you perform this yaga and then you go to Swarga and enjoy the bliss, the happiness in Swarga. Daily you can attend Ramba Urvashi dance and you can eat anything you want. You don't have to worry about hypertension, you don't have to blood pressure, you don't have to worry about cholesterol, you don't have to worry about diabetes. Eat any amount of sweet, any amount of ghee, any amount, nothing will happen to you. So that is Swarga. So everybody wants to go to Swarga and do punya and go to Swarga. So you grant, tell me the penance, yaga which should be performed, which will help you to go to Swarga. I'm sorry today I have not used much of my Hindi because I am not very confident about my Hindi. I hope you all follow whatever I say. So tell me the mantras and the method of doing the yaga which will take me to Swarga. So Yama is pleased. So he teaches him. He not only teaches him, he finds his voice so smart. Once you say, he understands it. You don't have to repeat it. They call it Eka Chandagrahi. Eka Chandagrahi means if the teacher says one A plus B is equal to A plus B whole squared is equal to A squared plus B squared plus 2AB. You don't have to say it second time. If you ask him, first time you ask him, what is A plus B whole squared? A squared plus 2AB plus B squared. That's all. Eka Chandagrahi. Once you say, he understands it. You don't have to repeat. That kind of smart fellow. So he is very pleased. Okay. Then third one will also finish all that. I don't know how much time we have, but let us see. Whatever we can do. I will say what third one is. Let us see the time. Will stop at the appropriate time and then continue at that point. Third one, most important. So he looked after himself and his father. First, second one, looked after the society. And then he is looking after the whole humanity. He asked him, next question he asked is, Yamadharmaraja, you are the person who takes away the lives of people. Everybody when it dies, Yama comes, Yama Pasha, and then they take them. Punya, they goes to heaven, Papa goes to hell. So what, nobody has gone to hell or heaven and seen what happens to people who die. Somebody dies in the air. Let us say your grandfather died, your grandmother, somebody died. Do you know what happens after she died? She's gone, finished. Then put her take her to the burial ground, bury her or burn her, whatever it is. That's all what we know. What happens? We do not know what a death. So a person is gone. You cry for some time, afterwards, regular life starts. What happens to a person who dies to him? What happens? Where does he go? Who knows that? Only you know that. Because you are the fellow who takes his life and puts him to the back. Please tell me what happens to a person after death? Till today, nobody knows that. They have discovered everything else possible, but nobody knows. Kathopanishad tells you where you go. What most important secret? Okay? So, these are the 3 boons. Now, our whole class is not about first 2 boons. Whole class is about third boon. And where do we go to understand that? That takes you to Atma Vidya. That is the main thing. These are all introduction, story. So, the way the Upanishad leads you from nowhere to most important, this one. That is where the whole importance of this particular. This is one small Upanishad. You got 108 Upanishads. There are more complicated ones. This is the most simplest of all. And a beautiful Upanishad. It's also poetic. You enjoy it also as you go along. But 4 classes are not enough. So we'll continue. As long as we are here, I'll tell you what it is. We'll continue online afterwards. Easy for you. All of you have got a cell phone. We'll give you the code. You can plug it in. And if possible, we'll put it in YouTube also. Okay? Then you can listen to not only these four, but also the other ones when you go back. Okay? I'll stop with this. Now 10 o'clock. Okay? ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ. So come tomorrow as usual 9:30. All the best.